Why did you change the time?
I didn't. Hang on. Okay, I think I'm live. You see me?
Nope.
Refresh, refresh.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm doing my phone too. Okay. I see you on my phone, but your head cutting off. Okay, go ahead. It's gonna take a minute for me. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. I am so sorry that I am starting late. I was having these crazy technical difficulties. Sorry, guys. Sorry. So sorry. Um. All right. I'm 15 minutes behind, so we got to play catch up. Sorry. I hate being late. I hate being late. I hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. Hi, guys. I'm going to give you a few minutes to log on. I was having some technical difficulties trying to run off of three devices is crazy. So I'm going to give you guys a few more minutes to, I see you guys still logging on. So I'm going to give you some more time while I get my notes together. Welcome, 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 everybody. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Let me let everyone else know that we are on. Got a late start. Um, okay. Is the link working? If you guys, well, I guess you guys got on, so it is working, right? All right. So, let's start off with this. Let me tell you guys a little bit so you guys maybe don't know who I am. I am Chase McGee. I am a fashion stylist and brand and image consultant within that. I've been in the fashion industry since 1990. Ooh, it's kind of telling my age. 1997. I started as a designer for children's clothing. And welcome, welcome for all that just joined. We just started. We got a late start because of technical difficulties. Um, and I've been doing, I started off in design and it really wasn't where my heart was. So I kind of took a break. I wanted to be in fashion in the industry. I just didn't know exactly what I wanted to do in the fashion industry. So I took a break and I opened in late 2011, early 2004, 2012. I opened a storefront location in Houston, a women's boutique, and I started styling behind the scenes. And I started getting all of my customers coming and asking me, can I style them? And I was like, well, wait a minute. I actually loved it. That was what I wanted to do. What I really didn't like about it was the selling part. So again, there's different aspects to this whole fashion world. You just got to kind of figure out where you get in at, and the things that is your niche. Um, Selling wasn't for me, but I love styling. And then I had clients that started pulling me away from the store and hiring me for different jobs. So I kind of left the store and closed it last year, late last year, and went full force with styling. I've worked with a few celebrities. I've worked on the celebrity fashion show last year. I was a assistant stylist. This year I'm a lead stylist. I work with Gugu Atkins. She styles for Mary Mary. We've collaborated, did some stuff together. I've worked with Asia Garcia from the Bad Girls Club, Sin Santana from Love and Hip Hop. And this year I am doing New York Fashion Week as well as Houston Fashion Week. So this has been real recent, within a year. So when I tell you hard work pays off in this industry and you can get to where you want to be, you absolutely can. Okay. So we are going to get started because I want to leave room to answer you guys' questions, and I want to make sure we cover everything. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys so that you can see this little presentation that I have. Oh, and you want to take notes. So if you haven't already, grab your pen, grab your paper, and get ready to take notes. Okay. So hang on a second. Okay. If whoever has my number, if you can still hear me, send me a text and let me know that you can hear me so that I can know everything is good on my end, please. All right. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Just okay, awesome. Thank you, thank you. Can't see in here. Can you see my screen? Like, I know I'm high maintenance tonight. Okay. So we're going to start here. This is the business of modeling 101. There is a second part. It's very, very, very detailed. It's like a cram, crash, get it done type of thing. So let's get started. Okay, so on social media tonight, I need you guys to do me a favor. And on Twitter, I started a feed on Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram at Chase in Style. That's Chase, CHASEINSTYLE. Chase in Style on Instagram. I started a feed. If you guys have any questions, you can put them there and we can start doing our questions there. For Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, our hashtag for tonight is hashtag the model code 16. So whenever you go ahead and you post, you can post the model code 16. All right. Okay. So we are going to get started. 1 second. Okay. So the first question before we even dive any deeper, so I think you guys need to know that this is important. This is what I ask all of my clients and everyone that I am working with, because it's so important for me to know where you are as a model. So the first question I ask, is it for me? Because it's hard. It can be very hard. Especially if you don't know where to start, you don't know where you're going, you don't know your end result. It can be very difficult, especially if you're running into the same people or the wrong people and you're traveling in the same circles, but it doesn't really seem like it's paying off or it's going anywhere. this is a question you really need to ask yourself. Am I willing to be patient to find out my place in modeling? So this is, so you'll know, and I just tell people, you got to dive in. You don't know what you don't know. Okay. So this is, do you want to, what type of model do you want to be? Do you want to be a commercial model? Do you want to be a runway model? Do you want to be editorial model? Are you willing to try all of them? Or have you tried all of them to even know what you like and what you don't like? Because this is very important. Also, is this my hobby or a career path? If it's just a hobby, then you cannot be upset with the girl that wants it more than you. You cannot be upset when the girl is getting more gigs, she's getting paid gigs, she's getting more photo shoots, she's getting more shows, she's being published. It's because she's hungry. When you treat it as a hobby, it's like, you know, sometimes I'll do it. Sometimes I don't. It just depends. Or if you pick it up, people know that. People see that. And that's how I choose to work with you guys, based on how you treat it. If you treat it like a hobby, and I know that this is my livelihood, this is what I'm trying to take models and move them to the next level, then I can't have the hobbyist in the way of the ones that's really wanting this as a career and that's really hungry. Am I willing to accept all the no's to get to the yeses? That is extremely important. You may get told no 1,000 times before you hear that one yes. Even as a stylist in this industry, you are going to hear no. For the first year as a stylist, it was very, it was almost discouraging. I got told no a whole lot, but the no's made me a whole lot stronger, because when I heard no, that made me, you know what direction I needed to go in, what I needed to improve on, what I needed to work on, until I finally started getting yeses. And once you get the yeses, you're going to get a whole lot of yeses. You just have to really be willing to accept the no's and work hard through the no's to get to the yeses. Okay, the things that we'll cover in this webinar is branding image, which is my absolute favorite. Building your brand, building your portfolio, building your resume, how to find modeling gigs, and investing in yourself. Brand. I say that a lot, a whole lot. And with the models that I work with, because I'm like, where are you with your brand? Where's your brand going? What are you doing? What route are you headed in? Like, what is the purpose? And your brand is basically the idea of a specific thing that you want everyone to connect with. It's being recognizable by more and more people. It's like, it's almost, I like using the example of McDonald's. You don't have to see McDonald's, the word McDonald's, to know when you see the golden arch, the golden arch, the M, that is McDonald's. You don't need to see that. So who are you and what are you putting out there to establish your brand? So when people can say, oh, this is her, oh, I know her, because you're recognizable, you have made a statement, you have made a mark in this industry. What type of model are you? I see a lot of models that are all over the place. They are on the runway, they're doing editorial, which is cohesive. It can be cohesive if you're modeling on the runway, what you're in your pictures doing. But if you are over here doing one thing, maybe lingerie, but you're doing high fashion on one end, it's not cohesive. It's not consistent as a model. And you kind of want to make a clear statement of who you are and what you want to be, because if you don't set the tone for yourself, someone else will. and you may not like it. You may not like it. Are you in a marketable state with your brand? Can we take you today? Can me and my team take you today and market you and shop your portfolio? Are you in a marketable state? Are you ready with your brand to say, hey, I am ready to present you? Have you established exactly that is what it is that you do without Google? Who are you? Who are you without me having to Google you and see what you've done as a model? Who are you? Have you established that brand? There are different types of modeling. And I really want you guys to know that, because if there are things that are holding you back in one area, it doesn't mean give up. That means just change the area. If you are too short for runway, then there's always editorial. There's always commercial modeling. There's always, you can be a fitness model. There's always something else in modeling and in the fashion industry that you can do. Then, you know, one thing may be your love, but you may not fit into that particular brand. Your image. What are people saying about your image? Being looks, personality, and work ethic. This, I cannot explain how important this is. What are people saying about you? What are you posting? And this is a clear image. Like, people mainly know us by our social media. So what are you putting on social media? What are you putting out there? Are you going on rants? Are you is it cohesive with your brand? Are you posting things about you and as a model? And are you putting yourself out there in a way that's presentable versus, oh, my dog died and my cat got ran over? Or, you know, are you posting a lot of family things? You need a specific image. You need to actually split that out. You need 2 different pages for that. You need a business page and you need a personal page, and you still need to keep your personal page. Now, I tell people this all the time and they really don't get it. Once you put yourself out there as a brand or a personality or anything, people, we're human, but we also have a hard time separating the human from the brand. We have a very hard time. So once you say that you are a business or you are doing business, we are looking at you under a microscope. You are really being, we're all being judged. Really, we are. People may not want to do business with you because, oh man, she all over the place. Did you see her Facebook page? Did you see what she posted? Oh man, she unstable. You don't know what mood you're getting. And it seems like you're all over the place. So you really, really want to be clear about, I have a client that I'm working with, and the first thing I went through was her social media. What are you posting on social media? So I told her, you have 72 hours to clean it up. I mean, we have really, really got to work to clean up your image, because when we start shopping your portfolio, you gotta have a clean image. You have to be squeaky clean, because this industry can be brutal. Building your brand. In building your brand, do you have comp cards? Do you have a resume? How are you working on your portfolio? Have you established a team? Do you have a mentor? Have you figured out your market? This is all very crucial. You cannot, without these elements right here, you're just really just going out there and doing it as a hobby. I've had casting calls, and I've stated very clear, hey, this is what I need: a comp card or a headshot. Preferably, I like comp cards because it shows the diversity, and it's just not one look. Usually on headshots, you kind of just get one look. I want to see what you look like in the flesh without your, I call it your weekend warrior look, you know, with all the makeup and all of that stuff going on. I want to see you in the flesh, and then I want to see you with your weekend warrior look. I want to see how diverse you can be, but I can't see that, and I don't know what's going on or who you are. If you walk away, what am I going to have? What am I going to have to compare it to? How are you memorable? I can't remember, you know, 50, 60 girls that I've seen in a weekend. Sometimes when I do the castings, how can I remember you? So having a comp card and being that they are current, they have to be current. I've seen people recycle the same comp cards, even though they feel like they have not changed. 5-10 pounds make a big difference. If you cut your hair, or if you have things like braces, no braces, tattoos, no tattoos, that needs to be updated. We need to see that. We need to know that. Because if we're working in a specific show where designers are requesting one thing, or whoever is requesting something, I need to know how to present you. So we need current comp cards. Anytime there's a change, I say 6 to 12 months, at least twice a year, you need to be updating your comp cards. It may seem like a lot, but you can really do them yourself, and they can really be reasonable. If you get them done at like Walmart, there are apps. There are a lot of apps for that you can actually create your comp cards. And I've seen them and have been amazed by some of the comp cards that the models have done on their phones and brought to me. Do you have a resume? A lot of models say, well, why do I need a resume if I have a comp card, or if I have a portfolio? Because it's a written version of what you've done. Your comp card is not telling me every show you've been in. I want to maybe know if you have any commercial experience. I maybe want to know if you've had any type of experience. I want to know, and I need to see that in a resume form. Your resume should look just like a job resume. I want to see what you've done. I have to every about 60 to 90 days, I have to update my resume because I've done another show, or if you've worked with a celebrity, or if you work with a high-end designer, you definitely want to put that on your resume, and you want to put that in, make that a part of your portfolio, because that's important. People want to know how much work they have to do with you. How much training and investment do they have to put in you? So giving them that heads up with your resume and your comp cards, that'll let them know a lot. And your comp cards just really shows how professional you are. Hold on a second. Okay. How are you working on your portfolio? That is, I think I got that question through one of the feeds. And if you guys, again, if you came later, you're just joining, if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the Instagram feed, and I will answer those at the end of, I will answer those at the end. How are you working on your portfolio? I've been asked, how do I do this? I suggest you have it in two forms: in a digital form, also in a hard copy form. If you depends on where you go to your go-sees, even if you're at that point. We live in a day and age where everything is really, really electronic. So where do you have a website? Where is your work? How can I find you? Without going on Facebook, without going on Instagram. You can't send everybody a professional or a agency to your Instagram. That's highly unprofessional. You can't send them to your Facebook page. That's unprofessional. And you definitely can't send them to your Snapchat. So that is really, really, it's not professional. So let's not do that. Let's get a working portfolio where we're constantly adding on If you have a hard copy of your portfolio, I suggest that you have 8 to 10 photos. You need different varieties of headshots. You need your full face, you need your 3/4, you need your half body. I'm working with some amazing photographers, and definitely, if that is an issue, then we'll talk about that a little later. But you definitely need to be building your portfolio. Any body of work that you do, you should be building on that. I know sometimes I've been hearing that it's super hard to get pictures from shows. Um, and I think maybe before you guys do shows, you maybe want to get that information up front, especially when you do shows. I tell my models, find a photographer, find them, get their card, get their information, so that you're not tracking down pictures 2 and 3 months later. Because sometimes, I know it's happened to me. I've had been waiting on a photographer for like 3 months, and for him to tell me his hard drive crashed and he didn't have anything. I mean, it's hard. So I had to hustle up pictures from people that were actually in the audience of the show. So get with the photographer ahead of time. You make sure you have all of that information, so you'll know the turnaround time. You want to know the turnaround time on every job that you do, being it a regular photo shoot, being it a runway show. You want to know their turnaround time, because if they're working on other projects, you want to know how long, even if you should shoot with them, because if it's going to take a long time and you need a quick turnaround, then you know which direction to go. I personally, I tell my photographers I need it within 7 to 12 days. That's my life. I need it 7 to 12 days. Let me know if you can do that. I would appreciate them in 5, but I'll deal with, a little longer. But anything longer than that, a month, 2 months, is kind of excessive. Have you established a team? Now, this is super, super important. As starting a new model, you want a team. You need to establish a team. Let me tell you who you need on your team. Write this down. You need a makeup artist. You need a hairstylist. You need a fashion stylist. You need a photographer. And preferably, you need someone in PR. Because you need to, after you did all of that, you want them to help you shop your photos. You want, once you get to that point, you need that. So start establishing a team. I sit back and I watch a lot of people. Before I shoot with someone, a photographer, I'll sit back for a month or two and I watch their work. I watch their consistency. I'll maybe run into someone and say, hey, have you shot with such and such before? What do you think about them? Did you like their work? Did you like their work ethic? Did they show up on time? That's important. Because photo shoots can run a long time. And if the photographer is late, then, sometimes, or anyone is late, it can mess up the vibe of a shoot. You need someone, I like working with a cohesive team where we have fun, where we laugh, because I'm already stressed out enough and I don't want anyone else adding the stress. So you want a team that you can call and say, hey, let's do this shoot, let's do a test shoot. I have this idea. Or, someone in your team or on your team say, hey, I have this idea for whatever the case may be. Then you guys can pull it together and pull off the shoot. There's nothing like having a team that you can really, really rely on. So that is very crucial. No one can do this alone. No one can do anything alone. So when you can find a team and a cohesive team to work with, keep them, because it's worth having. Do you have a mentor? Everybody should have a mentor, no matter, because I do believe in the pouring system. You need someone to pour into you, you pour into someone else, and someone that's on the equal playing field as you. You do want to have, because if you're the smartest person on your team or in your group, you need a new team. So I constantly am reaching out. My mentor is a celebrity stylist, Amber Renee in Sydney, and I can call her, I can Skype her, even though the time zone, she'll wait on me. And, if I have questions or if I need guidance, she's there. So you definitely want to have someone that is kind of guiding you, and then that's not letting you walk blind in this industry. Have you figured out your market? And that kind of goes back to, what's your niche in fashion? Is it runway? Is it commercial? And sometimes you may need help with that. Sometimes you may just say, like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know exactly what it is. I need help trying to figure it out. Then that's when, because even I've had a few of my clients like, I don't know. And so we just came up with a strategy, and we figured out what market they should be in. Okay. Hopefully. Just reading questions here. Okay. Building your portfolio. What goes in my portfolio? Photos. Now, if you're going into runway, then you want to put 8 to 10 of your best diverse photos in your portfolio, because that's what you're striving for. You want to be on the runway. So you need to show your versatility in different outfits, different garments. I have a client that has a beautiful, we're putting her a beautiful portfolio together because she's been in a bunch of fashion weeks. So we have a lot of diversity to put in there with many different looks. So you want to show your diversity on the runway. If it's editorial, you want to be diverse. You want to show your diversity in your work. You want to be consistent, but you want to show your diversity in your consistency, if that makes sense. How often should I update my portfolio? Anytime you do something new, period. Anytime you do something new, it needs to be in there, because that shows that you're working. That shows that you are actually building your portfolio, and you're not just, you're not winging it. You are actually working, and it just looks good. Building your resume. What goes on my resume? Everything goes back to what we said. Everything you've done, it needs to be a written form of your portfolio. So it kind of needs to match whatever is in your portfolio and what pictures you've taken. Oh, I've done Houston Fashion Week. Oh, I've done. Now, I will tell you this. You want to put, it's good because I see it all the time on my applications. You list a bunch of shows, but you want to you don't have to list every show, but you definitely want to pull out the shows that may carry a little weight. Like if it's a charity event, or if definitely celebrity events, you want to highlight those. If it's high fashion event, you definitely want to put those. You want those to stand out, especially if the host, you want to host it by, if it's a celebrity host, you want to definitely put that in there. It's important because it shows that you are starting to get noticed. You are starting to be able to get casted for those shows. And and I have a thing about overexposure. You can do this the right way and not be overexposed. Overexposure is a bad thing, doing every single show, being in every single shoe, those are the models that I tend to stay away from, because it's like you're all over the place. And I do that particularly because when you are seen on the runway, the audience knows you because you're everywhere. And if they are everywhere, they go to all the shows, they're going to be like, oh, that's such and such. And they're not going to even pay attention to the garment that the designer has worked so hard on. They're going to pay attention to the model. What you think is good, it is in a way, but it's bad in a way. So being exposed is great, but being overexposed, then that means, especially if you're in the same market, if you're in the same city try different cities like Texas. There's a lot of shows in Dallas all the time. I'm always in Dallas doing shows. San Antonio, Austin, Colleen has been having a few shows, even out of state. Do a little bit of traveling to build your resume that way, to show that, hey, I can travel. I'm not just stuck here. Again, update your resume anytime anything important has happened. How to find modeling gigs. I got this question. Facebook, Instagram, Model Mayhem, agencies, fashion show coordinators. Sometimes I get at least shows that run across my email 4 or 5 times a week. And I debate with them sometimes, because if I know the people, or if I've heard of them, they're reputable, I'll go ahead and I pass the information on. I like to do my research on them though, to see the shows. I have to figure out, you can do a lot in, if you do like shows, there are a bunch of groups. And if you need help with that, finding groups on Facebook for shows, let me know. They're always posted on Instagram. I'm seeing those. Model Mayhem, of course, that's where you can do a lot of trade work if you want to build your portfolio in that way. Different agencies, if you are with the agency, then they'll definitely hook you up with the shows and the fashion show coordinators. Now, I also got asked a question. Let me answer that now. How do I get paid for shows? And it's simple. You have to pay your dues first. You have to establish yourself in the industry. And this is what anything, literally starting from the bottom and working your way up to the paid shows. You're not going to get paid after doing 3-4 shows and you feel like you're an expert and you still don't know all of your walk, your high fashion, your couture, your urban. You still don't know these walks. You need a little bit more time. You need to wait it out. And then when it's paid, you'll know. They'll come requesting you and say, hey, it's a paid gig. I personally, when I started styling and got into the styling aspect, I worked 2 years before I got paid, because I wanted to dive in. I wanted to get my feet wet. I wanted the experience. I needed the experience to even see, one, if I liked it. 2, if it's something that was even profitable, because I was like, styling, who dresses people for, who does that? But I had to find my way in the industry, and I had to literally work my way up. And I did. I was styling people out of my own pocket for 2 years, until finally I started getting paid for my work. But I had to build at the same time. I'm building my portfolio. I'm building. And in building, then, now I can properly charge, because I have the work behind me and I paid my dues. But if you want to get paid, you got to be patient. You got to be in it long enough. Especially, I think more commercial models and editorial get paid sometimes more than runway, especially in Texas. To get paid, you really have to start being with the agency and start looking for management for payment. Okay. This is very, very, very important. I get this a lot, and I tell my models, are you investing in yourself? Are you taking any workshops? Have you bought any books? Have you gotten with a coach and a mentor? You're going to hear me say that a lot because that a coach and a mentor is so, so, so important. Have you fully gotten educated on your craft? When I say, have you taken workshops? Have you taken posing workshops? Have you taken runway, workshops? Have you went on audition or took acting classes if you're trying to do commercial work? What type of work? How have you poured into yourself and invested in yourself? Have you bought any books that to teach you how to even be a model, but have you just did any trainings? Who's guiding you as far as coach and a mentor? I myself personally, I invested. I wanted to be a stylist. I didn't just want to wake up one day and be like, oh, I have an eye for fashion, so I want to be a stylist. Even though it happens a lot of time, I wanted to be fully educated in my craft. So I literally went and got 2 certifications in styling with two different schools, because I wanted to make sure that I was knowledgeable and I was able to price because of my craft. I continuously invest in me. I'm continuously in workshops. I'm continuously growing and learning every single day. Every day I'm reading about something or someone to enhance my brand or to enhance my model's brand and to take them, to another level. So it's investing. It is investing. If you're not ready to do that, or if you don't want to do that, then maybe it is really still your hobby. Okay. Okay. Time for questions. What I did forget to tell you guys is that I am doing a giveaway. Where's my screen? Uh-oh. Am I still on? Can you guys still hear me? See me? Somebody? Text me if you can still hear me. Yes. Thank you. I can't see where I am. This is so driving me nuts. Okay, I think there I am. After you get all of that, okay, wait a minute. Screen sharing. Hold on. Trying to get back to my screen where I am not sharing. Hold on. I know you said yeah, but what about okay. So time for what I didn't let me go back and tell you guys what I wanted to tell you. I am doing a giveaway because I like giveaways. That's why I was telling you guys to hashtag the model code 16 on your social media. I want you. Yes, thank you. You guys are so sweet. Hashtag, because it's really, really uber important that you hashtag this, and I will tell you why. Any other questions? Did I forget any other questions? Do we have? Let's see what's going on over here. Do we have any questions? Let me go to Instagram. I tried to clear a whole lot. I know we went at a rapid pace, but did I clear some things up for you guys? Okay, so I am doing a giveaway. Y'all know I love me some giveaways, right? So my giveaway is I am actually doing a workshop, a full 5-hour intense workshop on this, but it's breaking down and it's everything. It's covering everything of um, how to shop your portfolio with agencies, how to get seen, how to be a cut above the rest. Um, oh, the rest of my notes, because you guys get so much in this that I'm doing in this next workshop, and I cannot wait. Okay. We're gonna sit down and we're gonna build your portfolio. I'm gonna teach you how to build your alliance, who to talk to. We're going to strategize and put together your brand and your image. Um, we are going to do some trainings and some techniques. Um, what else? Is so much in this. Anyway, the workshop is next month, August 27th, I believe. Yes, August 27th. And it is up and live. But today I have given you guys like a huge discount on the workshop. So because I really, we're going to build your social media as well in here. So I've had so many clients say, hey, Chase, I need your help. I need your help. And it's easier for me to work with you guys at one time. Let me check this social media out because I need to tell you guys. Who got the giveaway. Hold up. So you guys aren't posting. Trust me, you want to post on. Are you hashtagging it? Maybe I need to hold on a second. Okay. So the winner of this, I got one. Nicole J, are you on? I think you are. If you are on, I will get with you in a little bit. But what you won is a free admission to the workshop. You got into the workshop. Congratulations. So you need to send me your information so I can give you the information for the workshop. All right. So for you guys that really want to attend the workshop so that we can go over and start building your brand as a full-time model and making this thing really work and take your career to the next level. The event is on Eventbrite. The workshop is on Eventbrite, and the promo code is what? The model code. It's the model code. So it'll take about I want to say like $30 off of the workshop. Um so yeah, you guys really, really, really don't want to miss that because it's so we're going in detail. By the time you leave the workshop, you will be ready to shop your portfolio. We will get you ready to shop your portfolio um, to agencies. And we'll go in detail about that, Mom, from your local agencies to your mainstream agencies, um, to all of that. That's very important. And it makes a big, big difference of who you send your resume to. Different people cater in different things, so uh, that definitely helps. So, you guys have any questions? Did I do a great? I must have did it like a wonderful job at answering everything and covering everything. Do you guys have any questions? I'm gonna open it up. I'm trying to see if I answered all of the questions from earlier. You see me? Hi, Miriam. Okay. Let's see. If you guys are not in my group, the model code, send me a request to on Facebook on the model code, and then because I'm going to start um, working with a few more agencies. I'm going to New York in September for New York Fashion Week, and my goal is to really network and get with some agencies there. And then in a few months, I just found out I'm doing LA Fashion Week too. So, yeah. Hold on one second because I got some questions. I gotta make sure. Um, should be in there. Oh, this is a good one. I had one that says, how do I know that the event is legit? So that's a good one. How do you know that the show is legit? Let me tell you one of my pet peeves with shows, especially here in Houston. If you have to pay an admission fee or a registration fee to be a part of the show, don't do it. They need you, okay? They need you to be a part of their show. So if you are a part of their show and they're asking you to pay to be in their show, that means they're really on ground level. They're really amateurs. And picking shows can be very, very, very iffy. I used to do, when I was trying to get experience and I'm trying to get my feet wet, I did a lot of shows. Because I wanted to establish my brand. I wanted to get my name out there. I really wanted to say, hey, this is who I am. Let me get out there. So I really did do a lot of free shows. But then I started researching the coordinator for the show. I need to know the people involved. I want to know the designers. I want to know how many shows have the person that's having the fashion show. How many shows have they done? If it's first annual or those are the ones, first annual, second annual shows are the ones that's kind of like, I personally do my research like this. I look at who's having the show, and I look at it from an angle, who's sitting in that audience that will see my garments, that will help me get to the next level, or that will want to buy. Because it's great that your friends and family come to the show to support you, but who else is in the audience that can tie you and say, oh, I like her. I want her. I want to sign her. So you have to really, really change your mindset. And when you seek out these shows, you want to say, hey, who's going to be in that audience that can take me to the next level? And you really want to be leery of the shows that you have to pay for, that you have to pay a registration fee for. That means that's a red flag. That's a big red flag right there. Also, getting paid for gigs. Now I do know a photographer. Let me say this. He does pay his models, but he doesn't give them photos. So if you want to just get paid and not see your work or not get credit for your work, there are some photographers out there. They say because they're building their portfolio and they would rather pay their team so that they don't have to give them the photos. So if you are, at the point you have an established portfolio and your head, everything is on point and you really don't need the photos, then you can, do work like that. But otherwise, if you're really trying to build, it's going to take a while. It's going to be prepared from anywhere from 18 months to or a year to 18 months to really work for free and to get in there, to get your feet wet, to get trained. And then after that, then you can really start, once you lay that foundation, then you can start charging for, if you've been in it for a while and you haven't gotten charged, you haven't been paid to do shows, then come see me. We'll talk about why. Come and see me. We'll talk about why. Do we have any other questions? Because I know I've told you guys it's been an hour and I'm so grateful. If you want more information on the full extensive workshop of this, the workshop is for you guys. I can't do my math today. It's 89 minus 30. 89 minus 30. So you guys get a $30 discount on the and I think it expires in 72 hours or something like that. So if you're interested, go ahead and send me an email, send me some type of message and let me know, and we will definitely get you signed up. And I'm only taking 10 because I'm very hands-on, I'm very interactive. And I really want to focus on building your brand and taking you to the next level and shopping you properly. So I don't feel like you can do that in the masses. I feel like you can, keep your quantities low so that you can help more people. And I would rather do that. So I'm not going to keep you guys any longer. Thank you again. If you're not in the group and you want to request, send a request on Facebook to the model code, and me or one of the admins will definitely accept your request. And that's it. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have any questions, I'm still open to answer questions. Leave them on the feed on Instagram in Chase in Style. And I will still answer your questions throughout. Even if you have 2 days, 3 days, a month from now, you have any questions, ask me and I will definitely help you. If I don't know, I will find the answer and guide you in the right direction. So you guys have an awesome night. Thanks for joining me. Bye, loves.